Yeehaw. There you go. Sorry. Yeah. Good morning, good afternoon, good night, morning, noon, and night
Good
to
times.
my beloved wagon party. Welcome to a Papa Wednesday today, joined by one of my favorite people, Ms. Malin, and we're going to do one of my favorite activities, which is writing. Yes. I presume. That's what I'm doing. What are you doing, Malin?
I will also be doing some writing. I am closing in on the midpoint
Ooh,
for draft 2. I think I'm technically in
Aren't
the midpoint already.
How many words are you in?
I am 63,000 words in. However, my midpoint is not in the middle.
Okay, I was about to say, like, if you have 60,000 words left, that's very chunky.
I changed my structure at some point and realized that I had like 5 parts, and I would say the end of part 3 is my midpoint, and then I have part 4 and 5 after that. So it's more like it's an unbalanced,
Okay, yeah.
Does that make sense? It's sort of.
I mean, it does make sense.
I think it freaked me out for a bit, and then I realized I actually feel a lot more confident about this than I did about trying so hard to follow the Save the Cat structure, or like.
I mean, it's more like a guideline than an actual rule, or whatever.
It is, and I feel like because of the creepiness aspect of things, I need a build up to the horror and the climactic moment of like, oh, this is it, shit hits the fan, and I feel like it just makes more sense for that. I mean, it doesn't have to be called the midpoint because it's not in the middle, but like the moment where everything is like, oh, it's all downhill from there, essentially.
Yeah, that's more like, it's like a break into 3 situation, maybe.
It's none of these because it's not a 4-act or a 3-act structure. It's a 5-act structure.
No, but like, it happens at the 66% of the novel, kind of the beginning of the end, or whatever you want to call it.
It's a sort of another point of no return moment is the main thing. It's just like okay, now we're fucked. What do we do?
We're doubly fucked. Okay, I like that. It's very exciting. So you will be writing today. So there will be lines to share. There will be a text.
I will do my best to give good lines, but they might be crap.
I don't need good lines. I just need lines.
Okay.
And I will also be writing today. I'm not at the midpoint, but I'm very close. I'm like 4 scenes away. So we're edging up to the midpoint.
Is your midpoint at the middle, or is it not for you?
No, but it is very close. I think my midpoint is scene 21 out of 37.
Okay.
So like it's in the middle of the book, but it's one scene. It's a party scene.
Yeah.
At least I've outlined it at one scene. Sometimes I'll get to a scene and be like, actually, this needs to be 2 scenes.
It kind of, I had this thing as well where initially I was like, my midpoint is this one scene, but it's the first part of a chapter, and then there's a second scene. It was like, actually, you could call the whole chapter the midpoint, but it's just that the first scene is the midpoint for Themis, and the second scene is the midpoint for the entire crew, because it's almost like the moment the rest of the crew realizes that they're in the shit. And so I was like, okay, you know what? There are no rules. I've decided my midpoint is multiple scenes.
Yeah, no, mine is like a midpoint party situation because that brings all my characters together and like it's a nice good vibes, and then record scratch things that happen as they should in a chapter. So that's my midpoint, and then it finishes with a firework as they leave the party. Yeah, I think that's my midpoint. So that's like scene 21 or 22 or something. So my goal for this month was to finish 4 scenes. I'm currently on the tail end of my 4th scene. So I have some leeway left. I'm going away for the weekend, so there won't be much writing. And I'm trying to be okay with the fact that I'm not writing. So I'm like, should I just not bring my computer maybe? Because then, I don't have one computer, so I can't write. Just bring a book maybe and do some reading instead. Because one of my goals was to write every day this month, but however, I'm going away on a family holiday. Not a holiday. I'm going away on my niece is doing her civil confirmation.
I don't know what that
So
is.
it's like a confirmation, but
Oh,
non-religious,
okay.
basically,
Gotcha.
like a rite of passage, so to
Yeah.
speak. So it's organized by some humanitarian organization as like an option for the church because culturally confirmations have been very strong in Norway. I did like a religious one, even though like none of my classmates were religious. It was just more. It's more like a traditional thing than a religious thing these days.
Yeah. I had one, but I was in Catholic school, so made
Yeah,
sense.
no. So yeah, that's and now they do civil ones, and like most kids do civil ones these days, which is just like yeah, more like a rite of passage into like going from a child basically to a teenager, even though they're like 14, 15. So they've been teenagers a couple of years, but this is like, you're now actually recognized in the society as a teenager.
Interesting.
So it's more like a cultural thing. And they have a party after, and there's foods, and they get a lot of money and gifts and stuff. So yeah, doing that for a weekend. So my all my Saturdays are going to be booked up, and then I'm traveling there tomorrow evening,
How are
um,
you
just right after
traveling?
work. I'm going by bus for 3 hours.
That's not great for
So
writing.
yeah,
Yeah.
no, I can't do any writing. So and then like all Saturday will be family time because I'm staying with my brother and his family at an Airbnb.
Mm.
So there'll be like the young kids there, and I don't want to shut the door and be like, oh, I'm going to write my book. Um, since I've reached my goal technically, like I hope I'll be fine with not writing.
Yeah.
We'll see. And then I get home on Sunday, so I can do like evening Sunday writing because we'll get home like 5, 6.
You can
Maybe I'll
always
do a sprint, yeah, or like a
I
stream.
feel like if you tell yourself, I'm not going to do writing, and you don't take your laptop with you and take like on purpose a book with the idea of like, this is what I'll be doing instead, then you'll feel better about it than if you're like, I'll try and then you don't manage to. And then it's.
Yeah, so I think I'm just gonna bring a book. Maybe bring one of those cowboy books that I want to kind of get through.
Well,
So I
yeah,
think I'll
then
bring
you still
that.
feel productive in
So
relation
yeah,
to
and
the
I
book.
do think about my story, and I'll probably work on Notion on my phone, maybe do some outlining or whatever. So I'll work on it. I just
Yeah.
won't put words in the document.
Yeah.
But so far, I'm on a 22-day streak, so we've been doing good.
You have been doing great. Yeah.
And as I said, like I'm close to reaching my monthly goal, and it's only April 22nd, which leaves me a couple of days next week to get ahead of next month's goal.
Nice.
And now that I have like a set deadline, we were just talking about this. I have a deadline with my editor now, which is August 16th. So I'm gonna sit down and also like plan out, okay, what
Yeah.
are some goalposts I need to reach to be able to get to my deadline?
I do feel like it's useful to have a specific date in mind because then you can reverse track when you want to be done with this. And I
Yeah.
have been doing that on Notion as well, using the calendar view for my reverse outline and
Oh, that's
just
nice.
mapping them out. So they just sit on the calendar as well, basically.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be trying to hopefully maybe I don't know if I'm gonna wrap up the chapter today. I have a little poopy day, so my energy is very
Mm.
low. But I will be trying to get some words done, and I am like I'm in like the midpoint of the chapter, so this is where the scene flips.
What's your word count goal? Is it 300?
Oh, 300 is the word count goal. Like as I said, my monthly goal is like 10K. So if I just reach that, I'm happy.
Nice.
The 300 words per day is more like a guideline. Okay, you need to hit this. But then some days I write 1,000 words or like 450, and then some days write 16 words. So
It's better than
uh,
zero.
it's better than zero. I'm at 34K at the moment in the manuscript on scene 17. And as I said, I am 4 scenes away from the midpoint. So I have 4 scenes to do.
You are very close. Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'm like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And I'm on the 7th fun and games scene. So, just trucking along. And this is just feels like a very long act, which it is. Like the fun and games bit is just goes on forever, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I'm having a lot of fun in games. So I don't
That
mind.
is good because that's a difficult part of the book, I find sometimes. So,
Yeah, it's more just like the unraveling of the events to me that I sort of have. It's not perfect the way I have it now, but I think I do have all the puzzle pieces. But
Yeah.
like I've only made the frame and I need to fill in whatever needs to be in the middle. So that's a later draft problem. Um, let's say hello to some friends. Keiko over here. Hello, hello. And Gwynna is here. Hi. Nina is here. Hello, hello. And Literary Lighthouse. Long time no see. Welcome back. I hope you're doing okay, Literary. I hope work has been less stresso for you. Love a good midpoint. Holy heck, that's beautiful. Ooh, 63K. Hi, getting ready for the day. And what a beautiful day it's going to be, CB. I've passed a certain point before the wedding. This is a new character point of view, and let me tell you, she's so stinking cute.
Oh.
I will be eating breakfast and reviewing what I wrote in Haze last night before Sam and I's stream later.
Nice.
Oh, I adore this. I have to first get dinner, as you should, Keiko. Work's been so stressful. That's why I wasn't around. Yeah, you said that work was really busy, so you struggled attending chats, which is perfectly fine. That's the beauty of chat. You can just be here and then not.
Yeah.
But I do appreciate you being here. You always bring a good vibe. But the characters have been helping keep me sane. Yeah, it'd be like that sometimes. I have this idea for wouldn't work for me because I'm single, but it would work for someone in a couple, where there's like that audio from the Crown, where it's like, "I love her," like Camilla, morning, noon, and night, kind of that audio track, but it's you and your partner, and then your book. Because I think about her morning, noon, and night, and that's your project. And I think somebody should do that. You can have that for free.
I would love to do that if I were not lazy about making TikToks and social media posts, but I am, unfortunately, and it's not my priority, to be fair.
Yeah. Hi, Steve. Hi, Malin. Hope you both are doing well today. Doing as well as you can on Wednesday. Malin's been down bad with the sickness,
Yes.
and I've just been down bad. Let's see.
We're looking for motivation.
We're looking for motivation and accountability, but it should come from yourself and not externally. So far, one of the rules of the wedding is the bride cannot talk, write, and the groom's kind of finding it hard to deal with, so she writes the answers on his palm with her finger. I love premarital intimacy like this. Rules of the wedding? Oh, that sounds strict.
Is this a completely different story, or is this the same story where the people are not happy at the end?
Let us know.
Yes.
And we shall be doing some timers. Because that's how this works.
In the same universe.
In the same universe. Oh.
Interesting. Intriguing.
Okay, let's share screen. We're going to debut. Well, I think people have used this. Did Crystal use it? Yeah.
Yes.
But it's debuting on my channel.
Please us.
First time. Yeah.
To please us.
We were being menaces in that chat.
It was funny, though.
I was having a good time. I'm just using this opportunity to have an arranged marriage within the world. Ooh, beautiful. Yeah.
I love an arranged marriage trope.
It is. Yeah. I love also fake dating. I'm really into that.
Yes. I do love fake dating as well as a trope. It's very fun.
We're going to do diminishing returns. So we're going to do a 40, 30, and a 20, and then maybe a 10 to wrap it up if we're feeling zesty.
Are you going to be strict on the yapping time?
I'm not going to hold a gun to our heads, but
you'll start playing some Oscar music to get us to
yeah,
move it on.
Yeah, you're going to hear just some fanfare and like, thank you so much to the nominees. And so not like we don't need to be dead on 10 minutes, but I do want to keep it pretty tight, just because I know people are streaming after I'm done, so I don't want to impose. Though these days anybody's streaming at any given moment, so I find it easier to just do it whenever I want to do it, and then
I agree.
Live my life.
I mean, I kind of just hop from one stream to another if I'm watching, and I'm just like, oh, cool, there's another one straight after that's already started. So I don't.
Yeah, and like streams are different. Some people do an hour, which is too much for me. Some people do 25 minutes, which is just like a little bit tight. So I like a good in between.
Yeah.
But speaking of tight, we're going to do a 40-minute timer when we get back. I want to know what you wrote, if you wrote, what you did, who you talked to, and what you ate. So there's that. 3, 2, 1, let's roll. Good work, friends. How did you do?
I did good. I wrote 800 words.
Wow. How do
So
you
I did
do it all?
really
How does it feel to be a capable woman?
good. It feels like I was on fire. It feels great.
I love this for you.
This is, to be fair, I mean, the midpoint scenes are the most intense scenes, so they are like very actiony. So I feel like it's just tap 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 tap. Although I think I wrote 100 words earlier in the day to day, so I probably wrote 100 less than that, but still feel good.
It's pretty damn well. Do you have a line to share?
I'm not gonna be mean because I feel like I could just share the very last line, but it's just all hell breaks loose. Just like that's not fair. So if you want, I'll give you a slightly longer line.
I would love a slightly longer laugh.
I'm just scrolling back up. Is gruesome okay or not okay?
Gruesome. If it's no body horror spiders, I'm gooch.
No, you know I'm scared of that too, so it's not. I don't do that. I'm not Laura, thank God, because I would scare myself.
Yeah.
I'm just sorry. There we go.
I'll talk if. Oh, okay, you found something.
Yeah, sorry. I was just scrolling. Takes a lot of effort for some reason.
I mean, you're a busy woman. Wouldn't
Well,
want to
there
come
you
into your
go.
calendar anymore.
Kovac, or the parasite that controls him like a puppet, gives me no time to breathe. He pounces again, teeth first, sharp like needles, ready to burrow into my skin. I scramble backwards, desperate to get to my feet. I kick him again, this time in the face, and grab something for purchase. His comes at his wrist and straps with ease, like the magnetic band was already loose. Finally on my feet, I shuffle back towards the door. The monster in front of me feels no pain and needs no time to recover from my blow. I reach for my gun, the M28 smart gun, loaded with the same coated bullets I brought for Axel. The practice gestures in the gym come back to me like a reflex, hours of training my body so it remembers what to do before my brain does. Grab, point, shoot. It takes less than a second. I pull the trigger. Kovac is so close to me at that point. The back of his head explodes with the force of the shot. Brain matter and black gore splatter all over the shiny metal walls of the walk-in fridge. The second phase goes limp, its mouth mid-snarl, nothing more than an echo of the first one.
Sexy.
It wasn't too gore. I decided not to give you the really gore stuff.
I love that though. Yeah, one thing when I've been writing my book is like I'm going, is this too dark? Like I know I'm writing a dark fantasy, but this is making me sad.
Oh, no. I
Yeah.
mean, is it the point though? So
I mean,
perhaps.
I am writing like a cosmic horror, like Wild West story, so it makes sense that it's sad. But I'm like, dang, do I need to be so sad?
I feel like if you're doubting it at any point, that's when you're gonna want your beta readers to gauge it for you and tell you the level that they
It's
think.
not even like it wasn't even that descriptive of the scene. It was just a character talking about
Mm.
like how the cows have been giving birth to like weird like creatures, and just
Ooh,
like it was really sad. I was like, oh, these poor
that's
calves.
very. I played. Is it Call of Cthulhu, which is one of the D&D campaigns? I mean, it's not D&D, but it's like another tabletop game campaign. And there's like something like where you arrive in the village and all the farmers are telling you about like the animals have been birthing weird, weird creatures that are not the animals.
Oh, I haven't heard about her.
It's very eerie and kind of gives me similar vibes to what you're describing.
Well, that was the vibe I was going for, so I'm happy that the eerie. I was trying to find the section. I shared it with someone, but who? Nope, not there. I shared it with someone, but I cannot for the life of me remember whomst. Oh, is it here maybe? Oh, here it is. I'll just read you the sentence I wrote. Not the sentence. This is a paragraph that I wrote another day. This is not a new one, but it just made me really sad. Cursed cattle, Benjamin asked as they approached a lean-to stable against the adobe wall. The cows are giving birth to little freaks of nature, some with too many legs and some with two heads. Most of them are dead born, and a few that aren't only last a few hours before their bodies give up. They cry the most gut-wrenching cries you'll ever hear before they pass on to our good Lord's big pasture. Now, I'm not a skittish man, but there's something strange about the land, something unnatural. Mark my words, never had problems like these before the upheaval. And I was like, oh, poor babies.
It is poor babies, but I think it works within the world that you've built. So I don't think that you should make it less sad. But I also don't agree with Lighthouse. You should not make it sadder by making the love interest die.
No, I'm sorry. I
That's a
can't do
different
that.
kind of sad.
That's a different kind of sad. Uh, but I guess I also share a line that I actually wrote this time.
Yes. Wait, how did you do? You didn't even say. You just.
Oh, I'm at 144 words of the day. I did some back and forth editing of what I ended on yesterday. I'm having a couple of low writing days, so it's just been kind of stitching together a few sentences. So now I just went through and kind of streamlined it and like, okay, what am I actually trying to say here?
Yeah.
Like, what is the image I'm trying to unfold, basically? So kind of funny because I'm like in the same sort of situation where you are, where like my characters are exploring and gonna find like imminent danger soon.
Yeah.
So that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
A foul miasma latched out from the shack and clung to him with a stale stench. Holding his breath, he stared inside, trying to uncover its source, but the darkness within offered no answers from the outside. With a hand firmly grasping the trigger on one of his Remingtons, he stepped inside. The dirt floor crackled under his boots, and without looking, he reached behind and pulled the cloth away from the window, letting some of the daylight pool on the floor, where dark streaks and splatters covered most of it. And that's just what I stitched together.
Ooh, I like that. I feel the tension rising.
It is about to be tensioned. This is where nobody dies yet, but this scene has repercussions later where people die.
Ooh, okay.
And is one of my favorite characters ever. And I'm so sad about it.
Stop killing characters. I can't say that. I'm killing everyone.
You're killing everyone except the two finals.
I am killing literally pretty much everyone on this ship.
I mean, as you should in the genre you write.
Yes. I mean, I am very inspired by the Alien franchise because of the final girl trope as well in there. And the only thing I'm changing is I wanted a romance in there. So I'm not killing the love interest. That's it.
Yeah, I'm writing like, as I said, Wild Western, like sort of Cthulhu, not Cthulhu, but like, what's it called? Cosmic? Is that like the
cosmic horror? Yeah.
Like a cosmic dark fantasy horror situation. So like, people have to die.
Yeah.
Otherwise, like, and it's just not because I think people should die because people need to die, but like it's
but it's an expectation. Yeah.
Yeah, and like I think it enhances the story. It shows that the stakes of the world are there. Like nobody has plot armor.
Themis and Axel for sure have plot armor. I don't know how they keep surviving this shit, but everyone else doesn't.
Yeah. Let's see what our friends did. We're joined by Anna. Hello. Hi, besties. Hi, Anna. Finished redrafting chapter 17 with switching point of view character last night, starting fresh at the top of 18 to edit, and will be doing so by hand.
Ooh.
Okay, that was a bust. I read through chapter 18 and made a cup of tea and started dishwasher and decided chapter 18 needs to be edited on computer and made more horny. Possible, a hand job scene.
I mean, we love more horny.
Well, not a hand job. It's a self-pleasure. This is a safe space to talk about that, right? Yes, this is not suitable for children channel.
Wait, let me make sure. Is Bella here? And how old is she now?
Oh, Isabella is like, she gotta be,
she has to be 15 at
by
least
now.
Like, she
can 20, I think. She's already done with college or whatever.
Wait, really? No, the Bella who's
been like 4 years and she was just starting college.
I don't think we're talking about the same person. I'm talking about the random person who one time showed up at a Troublemaker stream whose name was Bella, who was like 12.
Isabella?
No, Bella. Just Bella. Okay. Like in Twilight.
Oh, Bella is 21-ish. She's still in college. Yeah. I'm
I
talking
don't.
about Isabella, which was like
Okay.
another person who showed up to a couple of streams.
No, yeah, this was ages ago.
Yeah, this would have been like 4 years ago.
So she'd be older
uh,
anyway. So even if she was 12, she would be like 16 now.
yeah. And Literary Lighthouse did so well. I wrote 896 words of pure ass, but they had their second kiss. I would like to share the aftermath of that. I would love for you to share the aftermath of that. And I think you did so further down. And nice job, Malin. Malin, hell yes. Hello, I see I missed the first sprint, but I'm here for the rest of if there's going to be any. Yes, we have at least 2 sprints left, maybe 3 if you're naughty. We'll see. I just ate some food and did some reading. Good job, JC. Currently outlining, so unfortunately, no lines from me. 800 words in 45 is awesome. It was 40, but yeah, it is still awesome.
And I think it was 700 because I had 100 that I had written before in the day. So I lied.
Wow. The only one you're letting down is yourself.
I'm still happy with it, so I'm okay.
And we got a line from, yes, this is the line. They were both quiet for some time, her leaning forward, kerchief pressed against her nose, and him with his head in her hands, not making a sound, periodically looking behind to assess the damage. Seems whenever you kiss me, some blood has to spill. She finally breaks the silence and swears she can hear his soul clawing out of his body for a moment. His ears are red when he's embarrassed. That's hot. Malan, that was really good. Hey, you can always make it sadder. The love interest also dies. No. Ah, babies. Oh, poor things. Yeah. Horror Abomination is very Call of Cthulhu. I do not know him. I'm so sorry, but
It's a short campaign, so I think we just did like it wasn't like a one shot, but close like a couple of one shots to do it, and it's very like it's slightly different from the basic D&D stuff, but it is a similar type of tabletop campaign. So if you're ever in the
does it take place in a manor?
I don't think there was a manor, or at least I wasn't in a manor. I played an old lady who had a small handgun in her purse. So
I played a professor, I think. I think I played this, but it was a
did you play
manor.
this as well?
It might have been a DLC or
You arrive
something.
like in a small town or like a village type of vibes, and
Oh
there's
no, we arrived at the dinner party and there was some like Cthulhu shit in the basement or whatever.
That could be at the end.
Why would I just play the end and not the beginning?
I think I died. I can't remember. It was a while ago. See, my memory's fuzzy about it, so I'm not entirely sure. But
It was like a madness thing, like you had to watch
yes.
out for.
Yes,
Okay, so
you
maybe
do
I
get
did.
madness points or something, like if you've
Maybe
been
I
affected.
did, but I only remember arriving at a manor. I was playing a professor, I think. Right, it might have this dinner. It might have been like a homebrew version of it. I don't know.
No, like it's I think CB's right. It can take place anywhere. It's a game system. Okay, gotcha.
Okay.
Sanity is in Cthulhu. Yeah. That must be
Yeah.
it. We've both played this. So
Okay.
yeah, the horror cow abomination thing made me think of that immediately.
Okay. I hope it's not derivative. I hope it's inspired by.
No, I think it's like almost like a trope. Like you could see it in other.
Yeah, like I was inspired by the two-headed calf poem. That's where the line comes from. Freaks of Nature. So I think the girls that get it, and the girls that going.
I mean, if anything, I think it's a good reference. It's not like oh, he's stolen this. It's more like ooh, it reminds me of this. You know, it's a good thing.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. My editor might hate it, and she might be like, "This makes no sense." Yoink. I love it. Both works feel so unique. I guess it does. I'm trying to think of like comp titles for your book, but I can't think of any. Do you have any? Like I haven't read a lot of kind of that genre, but I have seen a lot of movies and films.
I have read some space horror, but it doesn't have zombies per se. I have these two by S.A. Barnes. These two.
Ghost Station. Oh, lovely cover.
The Dead Silence one is really, really good. So I read Ghost Station, and Ghost Station, if anything, is a closer comp title for my book, but it was crap compared to it. It was way, way worse.
Womp womp.
I still kept it because I agree the covers are nice. And then this is YA, but Contagion is definitely zombies in space.
Okay.
But it's a young adult book.
Yeah. I've watched The Expanse, which is not zombies in space, but it's kind of had that,
It does have like a weird
sci-fi plague sort of situation going on.
Yes, in the first season, I agree.
Yeah.
And
So,
I mean, I have more comp titles that are like TV shows and stuff like that rather than books. So I probably will need to read, but I don't want to read any now anyway because I feel like that would be influencing me. But I do have a
but you
list.
would want to be influenced, though.
No, I want to be influenced maybe when I'm editing later, but not at this stage because I'm still making things up and I don't want to, I don't know, create anything that is too samey.
I see the point of like, oh, I don't want to copy this plot point, or I don't want to, steal this line or whatever. But still, like,
so I made a list on Pagebound called, what did I call
I
it?
need to get
Space Horror,
Pagebound.
which is sci-fi
Okay.
novels in the vein of the Alien franchise. And so I've got a few that this is essentially my comp list that I need to read from at some point. So I've got
Well, because I mean, how can you write in a genre that you haven't read in? That's like because how would you know the tropes and like the microscopes? Nope. There's no microscopes. Well, I don't know in space, but micro tropes.
I feel like you can still write in a genre that I mean, I read a lot of sci-fi and I do read a lot of horror. This is kind of an in-between of the both. I haven't read
I mean, yeah, you can write in it, obviously, but I don't know. I feel like I
Yeah.
would be amiss if I didn't read a bunch of cowboy books while I drafted this, just so I know, like, what are the sort of obligatory scenes and stuff like that. But yeah, the movies do cover a lot of this structure, so I
Yeah.
guess you wouldn't miss a whole lot. There's not a whole lot of like weird Western movies that I liked. So, and also I haven't read a lot of books that I liked of the weird Westerns. I like the historical ones, but not really. Yeah, I haven't really found a weird Western that I enjoy.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. Oh wow, I like the stick. Thank you. I love the sunlight on the floor bit. I love a good pooling anything. Moonlight, sunlight, starlight. As long as I can pool on the floor, I'm there. You can't save all the characters, Malin.
I really didn't try.
That's a genre expectation for you, Malin, for sure. Yeah, fuck Lovecraft, but it's got some cool stuff out of it. Yeah. But like, I don't know. I think a big difference between like a dead author and a live author is that dead authors can't use their money for evil, while live authors do.
Yeah.
Which is why I'm more adamant about, live authors than dead authors.
Yeah.
Bella is 21-ish. Oh, then okay, no random Bella. Yeah. That sounds crazy. Hello, Sam. Welcome. I support woman liars. By the way, the nose bleed wasn't from anything he did. She just isn't accustomed to dry air. Oh, full government name. Hello, Samantha. Cthulhu can take place in lots of places. Like it's a game system, different adventures are different scenarios. Yeah, sanity I had. I think I went insane. I think that was one of my problems. From your local TTRPG shoot worker. I got a job. Oh, congratulations.
You said you were going to the interview last time you were.
I feel like it's a story unfolding in comments.
So now we got conclusion. Nice.
Just skipping through some greetings. I'm trying to get more okay with zombies, but I don't know if it's working. Okay as in comfortable with zombies?
Because I've got a lot of show recommendations if you need that.
Yeah. Wait, what app is that? Yeah, Pagebound.
Yes.
I also have potential comp title list on Pagebound.
Nice.
You can write a genre if you're unfamiliar with it, but it does help a lot to engage in your genre in general. Yeah, I mean, you should engage in any genre, I think. But moonlight, sunlight, starlight, blood, anything that pools.
Oh, and Sam, I'm just Malin tries, one word, no space. If you need to look me up on Pagebound, I don't know how to. I can try and figure out how to share it. But I think you can just look it up and find me, and then I can add you after.
Reading the genre can help you learn stylistic techniques to overcome expectations for the genre. So that's pretty important for the revision stage, at least. Yeah, which is what you said. So
Yeah.
love that you skipped my confession. Oh no, wait.
Wait, what was the
Confession. Oh, I can't even save the guy she falls in love with just as they're about to truly start to love each other. So all is possible if you're sad enough. I didn't need to go back to this. This is super sad, Lighthouse.
Yeah, stop making us sad. We're sad enough as it is.
Yeah. Sorry, I love being sad while writing. I like being bittersweet while I'm writing. I think that's my favorite ending or favorite like resolution. Like a happy ending, yeah, but a bittersweet, like, oh, it couldn't be any other way. I'm afraid of zombies, but want to get over it. CB has a phobia, gives her nightmares. I found you.
Nice.
Warm Body is lol the only zombie movie I have managed to watch. I did watch a million years ago a French zombie show, and that was phenomenal.
What is it? I'm so curious.
Was it called Le Revenant or something?
You'll have to send me a link because I haven't watched. To be fair, I don't watch a lot of French TV.
I watched it because I watched an English version of it, and I was like, "This is kind of shit. I want to know what happened." So I googled the plot, and then people were like, "Don't Google the plot. Just watch the French version. It's so much better." So I was like, "Sure, I'll watch the French version."
Nice. I started a new Korean movie with the zombies that I hadn't watched before called Rampage, but it's basically Kingdom, but in a movie version. And Kingdom's one of my favorite show. Do not watch that, CB, because those are really scary zombies. Like
it's
really.
called Le Revenants, I think. Is that how you pronounce it? Question mark.
I think you just don't pronounce the S at the end. So Le Revenant.
Le Revenant.
Very good.
It's a French supernatural drama television series created by Fabrice Gobert. Based on the 2004 French film They Came Back.
Very good.
Oh, 2 seasons. There you go.
No.
I think it's Gerard Depardieu in it. But then I fever dream that.
What is it on? Where can I watch it? It says perhaps Netflix. I may have to use my VPN. Oh, or Prime? Is it on Prime?
I forget where I watched it. I watched this when it didn't air. I watched it probably like the year after it aired.
It is.
Which
I mean,
been...
it's from 2012.
Yeah, so it's been like 10 years.
Yeah.
But I remember I'm like, oh, that was good.
It's not really good ratings on Rotten Tomatoes. It's 97%.
Oh, that's fairly decent after 10 years.
Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah, as I said, I watched the American one and I was like, this is kind of wank, but I need to know what happens. And then people were like, don't Google the plot.
But the thing is, like, I was trying to figure out
The Returned, I think, was the American one.
Yeah, but the problem is they also translated the title of Le Revenant by The Returned in the French one, so I'm trying to figure out which one.
Oh, I think it's just The Returned parentheses French version or something.
Okay, yeah. No, but I just like went down and it says like French names underneath, so I'm like, okay, that should be it. That should be the correct one.
And I really remember enjoying that. So if you're looking for a zombie show,
oh, it's on DVD. Alerts. No, I'm good. I'm not gonna get a DVD.
Oh, on DVD.
Do you know what? I shall illegally download it. That's what I'll do. There we go.
And this is not submissible as evidence in a court of law. You and me both, Lighthouse. I love being sad while I write. No one dies in my book, but there is emotional abuse. Is that sad enough? LOL.
It's pretty sad.
Kingdom is so good, but so terrifying. I haven't seen Kingdom. Dare I do that?
It's really good, but it's a little bit Game of Thrones-esque in the sense that it's also about the politics of it, because there's a politic battle going on.
I started watching Kingdom with my dad and could not continue even with father emotional support. Like I was twitchy for the next 2 days.
Why would you watch Kingdom? That is like one of the worst zombie movies you could watch. Watch Utopia, I think, is another Korean one, and it's got cutesy romance in it. So I do like that. It's more funny, but you do have scary zombies as well. But so it's got a nice balance. I think it's called Utopia. It's on Amazon Prime, I think. Zombies. Let me just... Newtopia. That's what it's called. Newtopia K-drama is on Prime. It's on Prime Video.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, that one's good.
Okay. What about All of Us Are Dead? I think it's called.
That's also a really scary one that I would not recommend to CB, but I do
Is
really
that
like
the Korean one or
It's also Korean.
Japanese?
Basically, all the Korean zombie stuff is the best. They do really good
Is that the
stuff.
one set in the school? Is that All of Us
Yeah,
Is Dead? Because I've
yeah.
seen like a season, but I was like, I cannot watch this. This is so sad.
I mean, you could. It's not that sad. It's still good.
Oh, but
But
everybody died.
no, not everybody dies.
Maybe I'm misremembering. No, wait. I'm thinking about something else. What was I watching?
There is
Oh,
a
I loved
season
All
2.
of Us Are Dead. Watch it with Sam. It's so
Oh,
sad.
okay, good.
Okay, time to crack in and clock in at a new sprint.
Yes, I may make my dinner during the sprint, but I will try to write a little bit too.
Just so you have a singular line to share. I don't
Okay,
ask for much, Madeline, but
just one line. I will type one line, and
and
that's
then
it.
you can go and make your baguette.
It's not a baguette.
Or whatever French people have for dinner. I don't know. Okay, well, not everybody dies. I'm still recovering from the school president confession scene. Train to Busan. Don't watch it. It's both
20%
scary and sad.
annoyed me because there's too many idiotic characters. I think that's my issue is when you just have to deal with a lot of idiotic decisions. That's why I like Happiness the best, is because the main characters are smart and I'm not annoyed at them.
Which is a good thing to not be annoyed by the main character. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's roll.
Tweet, tweet.
How did you do, Marianne?
I did good. I had my dinner mostly while watching. I mean, if you want to speak about sad, that one's really sad. It's called The False Prophet, I think, on Netflix, which is about the guy who took over after Warren Jeffs of the FLDS. So,
I know none of these words.
extreme Mormons who think their God requires them to have sex with children, essentially.
It's gonna be a no for me.
Yeah, it's very sad, but it's also really cool because it's this woman who integrated it and was a survivor herself and tried to she basically dismantled it from the inside, and just her story in itself is very empowering and cool to listen to. So anyway, that's what I was watching.
Love that. So no lines.
I did write 200 words or so very urgently before and after my dinner. So I can read you a line if you would like.
Would love to.
I'll pick up from where I had left off before, because it was that line of all hell breaks loose. So, all hell breaks loose. Shadowed silhouettes surround the membrane of the dome, their hands scratching and banging against the white carbon fiber layers coating the habitat. They surround us like ants swarming a dead insect, moving all around us, too many to count. All around us, they wail and hiss, their screams haunting our every step. These walls are strong, Axel says, perhaps to reassure me, perhaps himself. The sample containment dome, I say in an urgent whisper. That damage wasn't done by harsh weather. It was done by them. I nod at the faint silhouettes of barely human shapes. They're stronger, I conclude, my voice shaking.
Ooh, but they're not as strong as Axel, though.
No, he's pretty cool. It's the pink hair.
Pretty strong. I still picture that guy from Soulja Boy's K-pop Demon Hunters as Axel, and it's the funniest to me.
If that's who you want to picture, I'm absolutely okay with it.
It's just the muscles and the pink hair, I think.
Yeah. Does he also have tattoos? Because then that'd be perfect.
I have no clue. I'm not that into. I don't think any of them has tattoos. Well, they're all, spoiler, they're demons, so they all have tattoos. But
yeah, well, he has real human tattoos, I guess. But,
ink tattoos. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think so, but I also don't remember. That's the visual I get, and it's specifically like no like space soldier army stuff. It's just the Hawaiian shirt and the jeans. That's what I'm picturing.
That is not what he's wearing, though. They do have also like uniforms with Vortex, so it's all pretty. If anything, I'm probably taking too much inspiration from things like Stargate SG-1, because that was probably what.
With the like compression shirt on like a beefy man. Yum.
Yes. Yes.
I also wrote, don't know how many words, but I reached my word count for the day, 310.
Nice.
And should I just read from where I left over to, maybe?
Read whatever you feel comfortable with.
Well, the last thing I read was where dark streaks and splatters covered most of it, which was the blood on the ground in the pool of the sunlight. Blood, he grumbles as he scanned the rest of the shack from one side to the other. Debris from some broken chairs and a table leg, firewood, a tin tub, and cups and plates lay scattered about. A bunk bed was tucked away in the far right corner of the room. In the far right corner is enough, we know that we're in a room, and a shadowy outline of a man lay in the bottom one. He nodded to Grace, and she raised her rifle and moved a bit further away. With a quick motion, Cassidy checked behind the door, but apart from the man in the bed, the shack was empty. "Mr. Ned Hobbs?" he asked, keeping his gun pointed at the bed. No response. It was too dark to see if the chest and stomach was moving, and there was no sound to indicate that the man was breathing. Grace cursed and lowered her rifle, as she most likely came to the same conclusion as he had. Ned Hobbs was definitely dead, and so was their last hope of finding a trail to the shepherd.
Uh-oh. Poor Ned.
Let me see. I just discovered some typos. There you go. So that's what I wrote.
Nice.
The plot thickens.
And the midpoint approaches?
The midpoint doth approach. I do have some cat burgling to do first. And
Oh,
a scene that I'm really debating, maybe I can run it by you at later point. Um,
please do.
and then actually we're into the midpoint. I feel like some sort of, I don't know. I feel like the midpoint twist is more revealed to them than discovered by them.
Yeah.
I'm just like,
It
yeah,
I don't think you have to follow so strictly whatever Save the Cat says because
I
it
don't
is
think it's anything about that. I think in terms of character agencies, like
yeah.
if things just happen to them, that's not very interesting. So I want them to be
But it
proactive.
depends. I think it depends whether there's been other things that led to that they had their own agency.
That is what I'm like. That's sort of where I am right now. Like they suspect something and they confront this suspicion just to find out that something completely else has happened.
I
But like
think
they have reached a conclusion, it's just the wrong conclusion.
if
Uh,
you if you are at a stage where like when you look at the scene you're like this could so easily be made so that it is their own agency that leads to this point, then do it. But if it's not the case and it doesn't make any sense to make it that way, then I
it
wouldn't worry
doesn't.
about it.
Yeah. So yeah, I think I'm just gonna write the story that I have in my head, and
Yeah,
my editor will have to help
that's
me with
also,
like the
to be fair, that is also
causality.
something you can afterwards discuss with your editor and be like, I'm concerned about that. And they might have like a point of view on it with experience of, well, in stories, normally, this and that.
Yeah. So that's definitely something that I can take with that. Let's see. We got some updates. Yes, happiness. Rewriting the chapter opening, and that means starting at my document, staring at my document. What happened to the hand job? Or to hand jive?
Yeah, a hand job doesn't happen by staring, is all I'm going to say.
Yeah. Put the clean dishes away. Got a break. Cost lightheaded. Got obsessed over updating my pagebound library. I need to get the pagebound app. That needs to happen.
Yes.
Oh my god! I just watched that doc last week. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I obsessed.
I'm mostly watching it during my lunch times when I'm eating. That's terrible to say. But I like to watch just, reality TV stuff, as in documentaries or reality shows while I'm having my lunch break. So I'm not very far just because I don't really watch it all the time. So it takes forever to get through. But it is
That's
pretty
fair.
far.
That is, I think, fair. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see. I obsessed over page bound and tried to force myself to work over 25 words, but look at the first step to write the opening. Have you tried like transcribing something, CB, into like as a means of getting over the threshold to writing? That really helped me. And I know for someone with ADHD, it can be like the thing of starting a task can be a challenge. I don't know if that's specifically something you feel, CB. But what helped me was to transcribe something. So just write from a book for 15 minutes before I start writing my own book, just by hand on paper, just write like copy whatever. And that gets me into the like threshold of writing, but without the effort, because I'm just copying someone else's words. So I'm not like having to think about prose and lines and plot and stuff. And then when I'm done with that for 15 minutes, I can just swap to my document and continue writing my own words and my own thoughts. And that sort of just takes the edge off like having to start the task of writing, which has helped me, but it may not help you. I don't know. I'm a sign, not a cop. Got sick of outlining, so I just listened to the Baldur's Gate 3 soundtrack. Sounds like a doc to put on my list. It was done by them. Shivers, me timbers. Sadly, no. None of them have tattoos in human form. Ray,
Boo.
those boys. Yeah. When you talk about your story, I get the vibe of that one Doctor Who episode, Waters of Mars, which is one the scariest TBH.
I think I have seen that one. It's been a while since I watched Doctor Who, but this one rings a bell.
Okay. I only wrote one sentence, then caught up the making character notes, so I won't forget the details I keep adding on the fly. That's fair. I have been fiddling with my twists a lot on what is revealed versus discovered, and when like the desires to save reveals for later, but not making the character seem dumb or not figuring it out sooner, which is so real. I have to write angst and hurt comfort before realization of gay and then hand job. No, I have not tried that. Do you transcribe like other books? And yes, I struggle a lot with starting tasks. I will try that. Do you transcribe in the same way you're planning on writing? Not really. So what I did was just I saw this tip on from a lady pop on Instagram Reels or something. Um, and I think a lot of people do this in form terms of like they read like half an hour, they read for 30 minutes and then write. But that didn't really do it for me because like I was just like, I just want to continue reading because reading is so easy compared to writing my own shit. But what I do is that I just picked a book. I picked this one, which is in the genre I'm writing, but in a different point of view. So this is first person, and I'm writing third person. So I just picked that, and I read it before, so I know that I really liked it. And I just turned to chapter. Actually, I skipped the first chapter because that's kind of I don't know. It wasn't the vibe. But I skipped to the second chapter, and then I just started on the first word, and I just handwrite and transcribe it onto a notebook.
Well,
And like I've done so for the entire month, so I'm now like
so much. You've
yeah,
written
like I
so
don't
many
know.
pages. Wow.
It's only 13 pages by hand, but I'm trying to see. I don't know if you can tell, but there's like some black ink at the top there. So that's where I stopped, and then the red ink is the next day. So that's where I stopped, and the black ink is the next day. So I alternate dates, so just so I know um,
You've done
how much.
30.
And then yeah, I just write basically a page, but I do 10 to 15 minutes, which can usually give me a handwritten page. So at that point, I'm like already writing. So when I swap to my own manuscript, I don't have to start writing because I'm already
Yeah.
writing. Like it's the meme of like if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, basically.
Well, motivation comes from doing the thing. So
Yeah, so it really helps me like as a pre-writing ritual. And the days that I kind of skip it are the days where I might not even reach my daily word count, but it really helped me. And it
for
just engages that writing part of my brain.
yeah. I don't think that would help me because I feel like I would just get sucked into that task and want to do that task more. But I
Well,
don't
because I
really
already read the book, like I'm not a
I
huge
don't think I've
rereader,
had
so
any issues getting into writing this year. And if I'm fully honest and materialistic about it, it is because of buying this. Like literally.
oh no, don't tell me that.
It's just because I've really wanted to use it. And so like every day I'm like, because I don't use it for work. And so if I want to use it, it has to be for my own writing.
Yeah, well, I only use
Yes.
this for writing my book and nothing else. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, anyway, CB, that helped me get into a writing ritual that kind of makes it a lot easier for me to continue writing my own story. What gave
Really
you
cool.
the idea of transcribing? It was a lady pop on the Instagram that said like, "This is what I do, and it helps me." And I was like, "Let me try that," and then I
And
did.
it works.
The monsters were what terrified. Doctor Who is 10, David Tennant era. He goes a little power mad before being put in his place. Terrified me as a kid. Yeah, it makes me think of Waters of Mars 2. It makes me think of that show we just talked about earlier. What what was it called? The Expanse.
Yeah.
Um, I
It
started doing it too. I pick something in the genre, but I will switch the point of view tense that I'm writing in because otherwise it will mess with me too much when I switch to my own writing. Things
Yeah,
you
I feel
feel the
like if
point of
I'm
view tense I'm writing in from whatever it is originally.
do you not feel like if
I
you're because if I'm reading a book right before I'm writing, and if that book is in a different sense of POV, then I find it harder to get back into like that's how I'm thinking
no,
afterwards.
I've not had that struggle yet.
I find it
No.
more especially tense more than POV.
Oh, that's interesting. Mind you, I have not checked my tense, so I might be riddled with like a mix of past and present tense. But that's a postfix. That's a future Stieg problem and not a current Stieg problem. But yeah, might try that. That might make your brain be like, easier to trick it into being in writing mode. I don't know.
For me, what works really well is
Buying
if
a new
I'm
keyboard.
that and if I'm supposed to be doing something else, then I want to write. So basically, writing as procrastination to something else, then yes.
I'm the reverse though. I do everything else as a procrastination to the writing.
You just have to find a task you want to do less. And then you're like, oh, I'd rather be writing, really. And then
I don't know. I find myself wanting to write these days, even though some days obviously are different than others. But yeah, usually I find myself wanting to write, so that's
Hmm.
interesting. Okay, I think we're just going to dip into the last sprint of the evening, which is going to be a little cheeky 20-minute sprint. I think
Okay.
is that what we're up to? Question mark.
Yeah, I
I
think
think
so. I
so.
think we did 40 and then 30. Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow. We've been yapping a lot because it is 2 hours and 7 minutes in.
yeah. Not so strict as I wanted to be, but here we are.
Yeah.
Literally solo stakes. Let's see. Bro, the guilt of writing instead of being responsible would eat me alive. Is I have something scheduled later in the day, like 2, 3 p.m. It makes it so hard for me to get anything done beforehand. That is so real.
I
Yeah.
get that too.
But this is why I started with Wednesday. Yeah.
But Sam, I also don't have children, so I don't have to be responsible.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I also don't have children, so when I get home, it's me time.
Yeah.
And
If
there's
I'm not
nobody else
responsible,
depending on me.
then
No husband,
yeah.
no dog, no children.
There is a dog that does depend on me, but he also has a dad, so it's fine.
Yeah. So that also helps having no responsibilities outside of, my contracted
Yeah, the
hours.
only person who's disappointed is ourselves.
Yeah, and I'm used to it at this point. So, but yeah, that does make it a lot easier.
Yeah,
Also, I don't have any chronic illnesses that prohibits me from writing, so that also helps immensely.
true. Same.
Touche, Malin, touche. Sam has people depending on her. She has a little children, not so little anymore, not so little anymore, but she has, yeah, offspring.
Dependence.
That depends. And dogs and cats, though they can also be helped by other people, I guess. Anyway, long story short, let us let the, I don't know. did you do, Miss Marlene?
I did okay. I have now reached 1,500 words for the day, so that feels like pretty good. I have 3 paragraphs left in this scene, so I think I will finish it today because I would be sad to not finish the scene when I'm so close.
And do you have a line?
I sure can find one. There we go. Did Jones answer? Axel asks, breaking me out of my torpor. I shake my head. Jones, Lucky, please confirm reception. I repeat into my comms, not daring to raise my voice any higher. There's something moving, Jones' whisper shouts back into my earpiece. What? Under the water tank. There's movement. There shouldn't be movement. The tremors in his voice betray how scared he is.
And?
That's it. I'm not getting any more.
Girl.
It's zombies, obviously.
It could be a lost child in need of help.
Sure, that's the genre I'm writing it. If it's a lost child in need of help, that would be even scarier. I'd be like, is it a lost zombie child in need of help?
Yeah, I agree with CB. Why is there movement, Malin? I love that. I also did some writing. I'm at 378, and then I was a whole bit on reels. In terms of a line,
yes.
I'll just read the last paragraph I wrote, which, first draft words. Keep in mind. Is he dead? Benjamin asked from the doorway. As dead as any man who ain't breathing nor snoring. What in the devil's blazes happened here? She poked at a log of firewood with the tip of her boot. Poor old Ned hasn't had much luck lately. Cassidy mumbled in agreement and approached the bed. If Ned Hobbs couldn't speak to them, maybe his body would. He patted the body pockets, but didn't find much outside of a tobacco pipe and some few loose coins. You didn't have much in life, Ned, and you won't have much in death. I suppose we have to bury you. He glanced at the face. A pale eye moved and stared back at him.
What do you mean?
I mean that a pale eye moved and stared back at him.
Why did it move?
Yeah, why is there movement, Stieg?
Why is there movement, Stieg?
Because Ned Hobbs isn't actually dead.
Is he a monster? No?
I don't actually know yet. I have yet to figure this out. I don't know what's going on. I just know that something happens. So I don't want to spoil too much. Like, this book, I guess, is coming out next year, ?
I mean, exciting stuff.
Oh, that just made me physically ill.
No, it should make you happy and excited.
I made no promises, but if everything goes according to plan, which it might not.
Make a promise.
No, I'm not going to make a promise. Why is there movement? Yeah. So much questionable movement going on. Let's see what our friends did. We were joined by Rihanna Sook Vlogs. Hello all, how are you? Like Don YouTube.
Maybe like.
I set up Sam's and I's stream for later. Shameless promo with Wednesday on Sam's channel at 6:30 p.m. EST. Sam did most of the dishes, got a rest because lightheaded, looking forward to revision progress later after momming because child has a hair appointment. I appreciate y'all immediately reminding me of all the reasons making time to work on my writing is rough. Felt the love. Absolutely, we have responsibilities. Why is there movement, Malin? Yep. I write 109 words, then had to stop, do a little more planning. I need this book when it comes out. Yeah, I want your book too, Malin. I need it stat.
That's why I'm trying to whiz my way through drafting.
Yeah. The nervous whispers in the comms is such a psychological creepy, yeah.
I do love that trope.
Rise and movement!
There.
Ugh. What is this in reference to?
I don't know, actually.
I don't know, actually, either. So many questionable movement. Ooh, that's exciting. Is it? I don't know. It's terrifying, but if my deadline is August 16th,
This
then
is the true horror. Why is there movement in our books
why is the movement in? Why
and
can't
writing?
I be writing foreverly on my first draft? Why do I have to publish stuff? Because I want to. That's why. That's why. Easy.
Because you want to see this book
Yeah.
out and for your friends to all read it.
But yeah, next summer could potentially be a publishing date, unless because I do want to publish it on the first day that the book starts, which is like late June. I think that'd
Ooh,
be
I love
such a
that.
slay.
That would be a slay.
So if next June doesn't work out, then June 2028, I guess, will also
I
work.
do really enjoy reading a book that is set in the same season that I'm reading it in, you know?
Yeah, it is a summer book. It happens over the course of a summer. So, well, actually, it happens over the course of 2 weeks, but but this is like a summer vibe and like it's a lot of summer references. And there's a 4th of July party. That's the midpoint.
Fun.
So yeah. Ooh, that could be very fun. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. As I said, I make no promises. I'm not making a career out of this. This is just a hobby, so I'm not beholden to a quick, rapid release schedule thing. I definitely want to do it to the best of my abilities when I first do it. So if I don't feel ready, like if I feel like I need to prep more or like do more, I will do
It's good
that.
to be able to be flexible if necessary.
Yes. But like if I start with my editor now in August, then feasibly the book would be done by Christmas question mark,
Damn.
which means that I could start like a pre-release next year question mark. I don't know. These are all just thoughts. I realized that I did not hone in on my MMC's big need. Is he Manic Pixie Nerd Boy? He only exists for the FMC Lola True Twist in the tropes. Yeah.
This is really funny. I did this with my first MMC, I would say. And to be fair, Axel is mostly kind of in the similar vibe, but it's not like he does have more characteristics to him that make him fully into a
He
real
has
person.
agency in the story.
He has agency and all that. It's just that I didn't give him an arc. Like I didn't need him to have movement in
Well,
his
the story's
character.
not about him.
His arc is flat. He's fine. He
And
doesn't
that's
need to learn
fine.
anything.
No, he just needs to
He just needs
put on
to make
compression shirts and shoot
Themis
guns.
understand that she needs to learn something.
Yeah, absolutely. Will this be your first one, or has my rock been so deep I missed your debut? No, this would be my debut.
And what an exciting one it would be.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Not all characters need dynamic arcs. My ally had too much going on, so he became a second POV. Yeah, because Axel does have POVs, right? Yeah.
Yeah, but it's a smaller percentage than Themis.
What would you say is the ratio, like 75-25 or
Maybe a little bit more than that. I can
30-70, 40-60?
My table. He has less POV at the beginning, actually, but then a little bit more towards the action scenes because he's quite useful to have as an actiony character because he is the security consultant. I would say maybe 35-40% Axel max. He's not at 50.
Okay. I
So
think that's a
maybe
good ratio.
35 total.
Especially for a flat character.
Yeah.
Flat character arc, mind you. Mine is about 40-60-40. Yeah, I think that's fair.
Yeah.
Okay, it's creeping up on bedtime, so I think we're going to pull the plug because I think we yap too much. So
we never yap too much. What are you talking
about? That is just the state of the world we live in, and I'm not going to apologize for that. Any closing statements for the prosecution?
No, but I will probably be here again at some point whenever you do another pop-up.
There you go.
That's it.
No such thing as too much yapping.
I agree.
I mean, technically not, but it does come at the price of sprint time. So I enjoyed the sprints and the yapping. We did 3 sprints, 40, an hour and 20 minutes, which is fairly good. An hour and 30 minutes. So
we actually did quite a lot. I feel like, yeah. There was
and I got the daily word count, which I hadn't done in a couple of days, so it felt good. So, okay.
Nice.
Thank you so much to my trusted wagon party, not as always, because I'm not doing any scheduled streams this month. I might be back Sunday evening.
I am enjoying these pop-ups. They're usually at times when I need them as well, so it's great.
Well, the secret is that I always need them. That's my secret. Yeah, no scheduled streams this month, and I'm not sure if they'll be back for May either. But I now have a official real life deadline coming up, so who knows? I might have to crank out stream after stream after stream. I do have a couple of long weekends off work in May, so maybe I'll try and do some streams during those. But in anyways, I will catch you all later. Thank you so much, Malin, for being an incredible guest, host, friend, confidant, as always. And with that, the April 22nd. No, is that the perfect date? No, that is March 23rd. No, April 23rd. What is the perfect date? Is that tomorrow? Do I need to prep that meme?
I don't remember. I'm Googling it. April 25th. Date.
Okay, so coming up on the perfect date. Yes. Our troublemaker scheduled at all. We don't schedule them actually, but they are happening at the same time every week, which is Fridays at 4 p.m. my time, which I guess is 10 p.m. EST ? Yeah, 10 a.m. Sorry. Fridays at 10 a.m. EST, I believe. We don't create them until the evening before for some ungodly reason. I think because we all like to have culturally relevant thumbnails. So, but yeah, it happens at the same time every week, which is Fridays at 10 a.m.
Who's hosting this one this week?
I think this is a Sprints and Shop Talk. Nope, it's not. I think it is a Accountability with Katie. I think it's the last Friday of the month, isn't it?
Oh no, I'm gonna miss accountability. Oh, what a shame.
I mean, I'm gonna miss it too, which is a shame because I've been on it this month. So like, I actually reached my goal, and then I don't get to toot myself.
I don't actually think I put anything down because I have stopped doing it. I'm still doing the quarters now, but I'm not doing the monthlies anymore because I just don't know what I'm gonna do. But I still do stuff, so I don't need it.
I mean, you've been very prolific, I feel like.
That's the thing, is like I like to use it when I needed it to keep me accountable, but since I am doing stuff, I don't feel like I need it as much.
Must be nice. Anyway, bye.